Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have these baby boomer and rose gold nails to share with you. So if you'd like to see how I did these nails, then just keep watching. So as you can see, I'm doing another sculpted set, and I've already attached the nail forms, primed the nails, and applied a dehydrator and a primer, and now I'm just going in and building up the nail with clear acrylic. And as usual, I'm using the NSI Attraction Liquid and their totally clear acrylic powder. Here are my nails after sculpting them, and the acrylic is fully set, which means they are dry, or the acrylic is dried, and now I'm just removing the nail forms, and then I'll be filing and shaping these nails. I'm using a 100 grit nail file here to shape the sides and the edge of the nail. As I mentioned before in another video, I like to use the 100 grit, the coarse nail file, to file the sides of the nail, especially when I'm doing a coffin shape, and also the edge. Lost what I was saying. Yeah, I just like using a coarse nail file. It just takes off the acrylic much faster. Usually I would use like a 180 grit, but a 100 grit, or this actually might be an 80 grit. I can't remember. It doesn't have the number on it, but it's either the 80 or the 100. I think it's closer to the 100 though. And it just takes off the acrylic much faster, and it creates a more sleek shape than the other nail files. It seems like with the 180 grit, I would have to file a lot, and it would usually make the shape a little bit uneven, I guess. So I just like using a really coarse nail file. So I added a little bit of clear acrylic to the white acrylic, and I also added some of the clear acrylic to my cover pink acrylic, just to make it as not so opaque, because I didn't want the white to leave a harsh line, and I didn't want the cover pink to be too opaque, so that way it wouldn't really blend as well as I wanted it to. So adding a little bit of clear really helped with that. So for the baby boomer nail, scratch that, baby boomer nails, because I'll be doing 2 of them on my index and middle nail, I just start by applying a few thin layers of the white acrylic, and I try my best to fade the line where it stops, so whenever I apply the cover pink it will blend nicely and you won't have that harsh white line underneath. Now, to create the fade effect for the baby boomer, I first apply a small bead of the cover pink right at my cuticle, and I don't really pay attention to fading this one so much. For the first bead, I want to focus on making sure that the line or the nail, the acrylic around my cuticle area is very nice and sleek, and it just looks very clean. So with my first bead, I just concentrate on making that area look nice, and then I'll go in with 1 to 2 more beads to create more of the like the fading effect. And here I'm encapsulating the baby boomer nails with the NSI Attraction acrylic system. I'm using the Attraction Liquid and the totally clear acrylic powder. So now on my thumb, I'm applying a rose gold glitter mix, and I bought this from AliExpress maybe like a year or 2 ago. Yeah, it's really pretty. I really wanted to get, I think it's called Champagne Bubbles from Glitter Blends, but it would take too long to get, and the size of the glitter was a little bit too chunky because I'm doing a shorter length of nails, so the chunky would just have been a little bit too big. So I saw that I knew I still had this in one of my drawers, so I found it and I was like, yeah, I'll just use this. So I'm really happy with how this just sort of tied everything together. And yeah, I'll put a link to where you can get this glitter mix in the description box if you like to get it. So I'm just applying a thin layer of this because I still need to encapsulate this, so you don't want to apply the acrylic super thick because then you have to encapsulate that and it'll just make the nail really, really thick. And now it's time to encapsulate the glitter, and as usual, do I even need to say what I'm using? I'm using the NSI Attraction, as usual, as always, and I'm just applying that in a not too thick but not too thin. You want to ensure that all of the glitter is completely covered, because when you go in to file this, you don't want to file too much and actually file into the glitter. I've been there before, not pretty. Once that acrylic is fully dried, I go in with a 180 grit nail file and I file and shape the sides of the nail as well as the surface of the nail. So I've been wanting to do the sugar effect for the longest time, and recently Bonnie from Glitter Heaven Australia sent me a whole bunch of glitters and good stuff to thank me for all the hard work I did with my Glitter Heaven Australia's haul, where I showed you all the glitter I bought, all the swatches. So thanks Bonnie, she's wanted to send me a little gift, thank you gift. So I just apply a thin layer of gel top coat and I don't cure it. Then I sprinkle on this glitter, and this glitter is so pretty. It shifts from orange to gold. Just sprinkle on a thin layer and then I sort of tap off the excess, and then I place my nail under a UV lamp for 2 minutes to cure the gel as well as the glitter on top. And then I just brush off all of the excess glitter to reveal these beautiful sugared nails. And now to finish this nail design, I'm just applying gel top coat and curing them under my UV lamp for 2 minutes. And here's the final look for these rose gold baby boomer nails. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making these nails. It was my first time doing baby boomer and my first time doing the sugar effect. I'm really happy with how they turned out. So thanks so much for watching.